In lesson 3.4, we're going to be talking about constructing angle bisectors. A point on the angle bisector is equidistant, meaning the same distance from the sides of the angle. And an angle bisector divides the angle into two congruent angles. In order to construct this angle bisector, step one, we're going to draw an angle. In step two, or I guess in step one, the angle could be drawn for you. In step two, we're going to place the point of the compass on the vertex P down below. We're going to stretch out our compass. We don't want to go past the end of the angle, and we're going to arc the angle. And then in step three, from each of the intersection points, we're going to make a small arc without changing the compass, and you'll see them cross. And then in step four, we're going to connect the vertex of the angle to the intersecting arc. So step one is the angle is going to be drawn. So down below, you'll see an angle in red here that's drawn. In step two, we stretch out our compass, probably about halfway to 2/3 of the way, put our vertex, our compass point on the vertex, stretch out that compass, and draw an arc going across. So step two was done in blue, and step one was either the angle was drawn for you or you drew the angle. In step three, what we're going to do is we're going to take our compass, and you can probably leave it out stretched the same amount as it was before. Don't forget we had that angle that was already drawn. We made the arc that was out in space, so these two colors, red and blue, were already done. And we're going to take our compass point, and let's say, for example, we put it on the bottom intersection place here with the light blue dot. And with our compass, we make an arc out in space. Our compass is already stretched out. Then we place our compass point on the other intersection point at the top of the angle and do the exact same thing with the same stretch amount. And you'll notice that the intersection of the two arcs are there out in space past the angle mouth. Then, in the very last step now, with our angle that was drawn in red and our arc that we made initially from the vertex in dark blue, and the two intersection points that we had in light blue, where our compass was stretched and we made the two arc marks out in space, we connect the vertex of that angle through the intersection of the two arcs you can see in purple here, and we've now constructed the angle bisector. And what that's telling us is that the two resulting angles, the top angle, let's say, might be 30 degrees, and then the bottom resulting angle might be 30 degrees. Or in other words, they're congruent to each other. So step one, draw an angle, or it will be provided. Step two, place the point of your compass on vertex P and stretch out the compass, probably past halfway, for sure not past the end of the angle, arc it. Step three, from each of the intersection places, make an arc out in space. Your compass is already stretched out, so you shouldn't have to re-stretch it. And then step four, what you're going to do is you're going to connect the vertex of that angle to the intersecting arcs. Remember that in constructions, you must always leave all of your arc marks present. I can't give you credit unless you leave the arc marks.